Hello friends, welcome all to the Max lecture series. So in this series, we are learning how to solve single integration with the various functions. I hope you understood whatever the content that we have delivered so far. If you are really understanding, so don't forget to click that like button and also share it with all our friends. So let us look into the next question. If you observe the given question, the question is integral 0 to 2 pi mod of x into sin x into dx equal to k pi. They have given the answer also, but they have hidden some values here. The question is, we have to identify the value of k for the given function. How can you proceed further? Always remember, whenever mod x in terms of, if something will be given in mod x, it means basically mod will be given in place of plus or minus. It means if we have mod x, its actual meaning is, we know in x axis, if we take x and y axis, from 0 to infinity we have positive x axis, from minus infinity to 0 we have negative x. So basically if we combine these two, then this can be further written as plus or minus x. So and its correspondent limit is from minus infinity to 0 it is minus x, from 0 to infinity it will be plus x. Overall can be simply written as plus or minus x, and when the moment you would like to consider only magnitude, suppose if you don't want to consider this plus at all, if you are willing to keep only magnitude, in that case you can simply treat it as a mod x. It means don't consider whether it is minus or plus, directly consider the value of x alone. Actually the meaning of mod x is it can be replaced by plus or minus x, don't forget. And the second thing what you have to remember is, when the moment you are trying to break it into plus and negative, that is positive and negative, it is very important to remember its correspondent limit also. Like for mod x, if I am replacing it by plus minus x, then I can say, right, like I can say for plus x it will be traveling from 0 to plus infinity, plus, whereas for minus x it will be travelled from minus infinity to 0. This is how we are breaking mod x when it is simply defined as the region of minus infinity to plus infinity. That is how you have to remember. Suppose, see, mod x will be given with respect to dx, whereas the limit is simply defined as 0 to minus infinity, 0 to plus infinity. How will you write this function now? We can say, sir, from 0 to infinity, for the throughout the duration, from 0 to infinity, x will be always positive, yes or no? Limit is given as 0 to infinity. We know from 0 to infinity always the x value is positive only. In that case directly you can replace mod x by x and you can consider the same limit and you can proceed further. Similarly, if the mod x is defined in the interval of minus infinity to 0, then what will you say? Sir, from minus infinity to plus minus infinity to 0, throughout the interval mod x value equal to minus x. So directly you can replace mod x by minus x and you can travel from minus infinity to 0. Some small basics are required, then only you will be able to crack all type of integrated questions. Okay, fine, sir. Now I hope you understood the actual relation of mod x. In the same way, in our question if you observe, we will be talking about sin x. Basically always sinusoidal is a periodic function. Try to learn actual meaning of periodic function. If you really don't know how to observe what is the periodic and at all, you can observe our signals and system lectures. It will be available in our website. You can just go through www.rkelectricalgrid.com. You can just go through it once. There you can find the lecture for signals and system. It will be clearly explained about all type of signals, right? Fine, sir. So let us continue. If sinusoidal signal is always a periodic signal and its period is, it will be always repeating itself between 0 to 2 pi. We will be always considering 0 to 2 pi as its standard period, and we can say the value of sin x. Suppose if I am representing it mod, then this mod sin x can be written as plus sin x between 0 to pi, and it can be written as minus sin x between pi to 2 pi. So its overall limit is from 0 to 2 pi, we can put simply mod sin x. But if you combine this together, it will be giving as plus or minus sin x between the interval of 0 to 2 pi. That is the actual representation of mod of sin x. Now come back to the question. The question is, what is the value of mod of x into sin x into dx? We know the value of x is always positive from 0 to infinity. It doesn't matter whether you are taking 2 pi, 4 pi, 10 pi, 20 pi or 30 pi or 1000 pi or lakhs pi. From 0 to all right hand side limit, the value of x is always positive. So there is no point of bothering about it. And we know, so simply what we can say, mod x equal to x only. But mod of sin x can be written as plus x, plus sin x minus sin x. How can you proceed further? Plus sin x between 0 to pi, it will be minus sin x between pi to 2 pi. Just now I have defined its limit. So your given function can be further rewritten as, see there, let me take the function and let me write. Actually it is defined as 0 to 2 pi mod of x into sin x into dx. This will be equal to, let me write x in this way such that it will be easy for you to understand, sin x, and it is lies under mod. This can be further written as, I told you x will be positive throughout the interval from 0 to infinity. So you can simply write x it is, but when I am replacing sin x, mod sin x by actual representation, it can be written as plus x into x, it is, I am just keeping x outside. Sin x can be written as plus sin x between the interval of 0 to pi with respect to dx, plus it can be further written as pi to 2 pi between the interval of x into, that is the same interval, but here I have to keep minus x into sin x into dx. Why I am putting minus here? Why? Because between 0 to pi the value of sin x is plus sin x, between pi to 2 pi value of sin x is minus sin x. Let us try to bring the answer for this question. If we proceed further from here, see, x into sin x, we cannot directly bring out the answer for this function, right? So what can we do? We have to proceed further. You can also cross check whether it is even function or odd function. If it is neither even nor odd, then you have to go ahead with the by parts, because I told you whenever you are observing trigonometric function, check whether it is even function or odd function, then you can directly proceed further. But I have also told you one more thing, you should be taking care of the limit. If the limit is defined as minus a to plus a, minus 10 to plus 10, in that case you can go ahead with the even and odd properties. Even you can check here also, if you are finding something is odd, then you can let it be 0. If finding something is even, and you also know how to proceed further. But in this case, I hope you will be not finding those kind of things. You have to proceed with the by parts when we are having two parts. See, here we are having x and sin x, two variables are available, so we have to go ahead with the uv formula. So uv dx, what will you do? U we have to take directly, and then integral of, we have to consider sin x into dx, then according to formula minus x u dash means x dash. If I will differentiate x with respect to dx, it will become automatically 1. Then once again we have to consider same sin x into dx, that is integral of v dx. After completing this integration, we have to integrate one more time. Don't forget that, that is very important. Okay sir, in the same way, after completing this whole, you can replace its corresponding limit is 0 to pi. Then see there, I am taking this minus outside for the second one. Proceed further, again you have to repeat the same procedure, then it will become once again x into integral of, you will be getting same sin x into dx minus 1 integral of same sin x into dx, but after completing this, we have to take one more integration with respect to dx. Then here, don't forget the limit are going to be pi to 2 pi. Now, if you complete the integration, that will become x into integration of sin x will give you minus cos x. So you have to replace it by minus cos x. I already put the minus here. Minus, again see there, integration of sin x will give you, we know already minus cos x is available inside this. But I have to integrate it one more time. If I will integrate it one more time, then what I will be getting? Integration of minus cos x equal to minus sin x only. So this whole things can be replaced by minus sin x, but already one more minus is there, so that will become plus sin x simply. Now we can put the limit as 0 to pi. In the same fashion, same relation will come here also, minus x into cos x plus sin x, because we are keeping same limit. The one and only difference is here we have minus, here in front of the whole we have plus, and the limit is here it is pi to 2 pi, here it is 0 to pi. Let us substitute the limits. If I will substitute pi, it will become minus pi into cos pi plus sin pi will be 0. Upper limit is over, minus of lower limit. See, 0 cos 0 will become 1, but 0 into 1 will become 0, sin 0 will be 0. So the overall lower limit value will be 0 only. I am not considering it. Similarly, let us enter into the second part. Here if I will substitute upper limit, it will become minus 2 pi into cos of 2 pi. Sin 2 pi will be 0, you can ignore it, minus, let us substitute lower limit. See there, why I am putting minus? Because we are going up with the lower limit. So here I have to replace x minus x by x will be replaced by pi, but since it is minus is available, I am putting minus pi. Again cos pi, we have to replace cos pi here further. After that sin pi will become 0, you can ignore it. Okay sir, let us proceed further. From here I can say cos pi will give you minus 1. So minus into minus will give you plus pi, minus of cos 2 pi value will be equal to 1. So it will become minus 2 pi into 1. Then here it is minus into minus will give you plus, but cos pi once again equal to minus 1. So overall will become minus pi only. Finally, what will be obtaining? It will become pi. See there, minus 2 pi into minus pi will give you minus 3 pi. Minus 3 pi into minus will give you plus 3 pi. Overall, this value is going to be equal to 4 pi. Finally, we got the answer for the given function. But do you remember, they have equated that value to k into pi. They found the answer already. They got k into pi. See there, in place of k, what we have? We also got k into pi only, but in place of k, we have 4. So the correct answer is k is equal to 4. I hope you all understood how to solve this type of question. So whenever mod x is appearing, this is how you are breaking this question in order to bring the answer. So this is all for this lecture. Remaining things we will see in the next class. Thank you all.